Hey everybody, we've
Hi.
got two co-pilots this evening. They are going to entertain you for just a moment while I get things set up. I hope you're well. I hope the weekend was good and restful. What did we do today, girls?
Um, we went to the beach with our friends and we swam a lot and
What else did we do?
yeah, Natalie, do you want to talk a little? You haven't. And I don't know. And
Did we work on our treehouse?
yeah, and this morning we played with our friends almost all the day,
Mhm.
the whole day. And we were we and we we came we went back to the place,
Yep.
back to their house, our friend's house, and then we played with her Barbies.
Yeah. A lot of friend time, a lot of fun. But we were kind of out of our normal routine, weren't we? We kind of had a little adventure this weekend instead of our regular stuff, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of having routines, but also breaking them. Yeah? Yeah.
And you have same thing.
Yeah, that's you. Same thing. But how about,
So
can I talk about,
can I say?
yeah, one more thing and then run upstairs to mommy.
Okay. Um.
You forgot? Okay. All right. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Say good night.
Bye.
All right. Cool. All right, everybody. So while my girls go get ready for bed, as they were saying, we had a pretty fun-filled weekend. We're building a tree house from scratch just because why not? We've got the extra time on the weekends. Um, but so much of our lives, as we've all been talking about, has just been upturned. And as we look to the fall and classes resuming in some fashion in a normal sense, and some fashion in a not so normal sense, it's really important to have routines. And that's one of the biggest things I took away from all of the baby books was creating a routine so that your kids feel safe, that there's a pattern that they can focus on and feel comfort in. And so much of us thrive on routine as well. If you think about the morning, you get up, brush your teeth, get a shower, maybe a breakfast, commute to work, do your thing, come home, right? Our lives are all focused on routine. Um, and it's important and it's good and it's great. It creates a rhythm. It allows us to have those special moments for us to celebrate called holidays or sacred practices on the weekends. But sometimes it's fun to just kind of throw caution in the wind and have a break to the routine, have a special event that kind of throws things off. But it's good to plan for them as best you can because, as I've learned, when we do special occasions with our girls, if they're not prepared for it, they're not going to handle it well. And so my challenge and my reflection for you all is to reflect on those times where you didn't handle transitions well, where you let the routines kind of slip and all of a sudden your kids are having meltdowns because they're expecting something different than what you're handing them or presenting to them. And think about yourselves. What about your own childhood, your own you know, I don't know, going to college, like or the events in high school. There's all these things that expectations rise and fall, and if we don't handle them well, if we don't prepare our children for success in those kind of challenging times, it just makes matters worse sometimes. And for me, I know that I've got one daughter that thrives on routine and needing that extra 10, 15 minutes to prepare herself. And I have another daughter that could just kind of float with the wind and do whatever she needs to do. And so, for those of you with multiple kids, I'm sure you can relate where you set something up to be in great fashion, routine, everything's planned out, and something kind of throws things off, and a couple kids like have a meltdown over it, and some just roll with the punches. And so my challenge for you all is to think about those times and how can you better yourselves? How can you prepare yourselves? How can you communicate as clearly as possible with your kids so that those kind of changes in routine don't throw things completely off and out of kilter. Danny, good to see you. Thanks for chiming in from the Philippines. Brett, good to see you as well. Thank you for listening in. Um, so that's the challenge. Think about those times. Think about how you can better prepare how to communicate with your kids. And and for those of you who are new to the group, we've been growing and having lots of new members joining every day. And so I want to welcome you to Fathering Together and to our Dads with Sons and Dads with Daughters communities. We every Sunday I do a quick reflection and a challenge to the group. Most likely you'll see my daughters because they're getting older and wanting to be a part of these things. And while this used to be after their bedtimes, now it's part of the bedtime routine on Sundays. But we've got a lot coming down the pike in the weeks and months ahead at Fathering Together. For those of you who are around this summer, you may remember we did a few panels back in June and early July. We've got more panels coming your way. This Thursday, we have some corporate executive leaders that are women talking about the relationship they had with their fathers and the tips and tricks that they picked up from having that bond with their dads. And so I recommend if you have time to tune in and listen to what these women have to say about the advice and the passion that their fathers instilled in them so that we, as fathers that have younger kids and younger daughters, we can kind of pick up on that and follow in those footsteps. We're going to follow that up with two additional panels by women who are talking about the relationships they have with their daughters. So stay tuned for those. And then on the 28th, not this Friday, but next, we're going to have a group of dads from the group that are all going through recovery and talking about what it's like to be a dad who has an addiction and what they're doing to mitigate the challenges that come with that and be present to their daughters. And so I know many of us in the group struggle with addictions of some form or another, whether it's drugs and alcohol or gaming or anything else. But it'd be a great panel to tune into and listen to. These panels and other workshops that we do from our Facebook page are also up on our YouTube channel. So if you didn't see an announcement earlier today, I highly recommend going onto YouTube and typing in Fathering Together. We are posting these Sunday reflections. We're posting other panels and other interviews we're doing with dads into that space and really creating a space for telling stories and helping elevate the importance of engaged and active fathers in the lives of our children. So if you have a story to tell, if you're interested in joining lending your voice rather, please reach out. We'd love to have you more involved and elevate your story along with all the others. The other piece is, and there's links in the description of this post, we have 3 more sessions that are facilitated small groups with a couple psychologists who have worked with fathers and men over the years. And these last 3 that we're doing are targeted around age demographics. So if you're a dad with 0 to 5, or 6 to 12, or a teenager, we've got 3 more sessions to talk about how to navigate the stresses that come with the school year starting up. I know I've got a first grader and a 4-year-old pre-K in my household that are going to have a very different start to their academic year than we anticipated. And I'm sure all of us are in that same boat. So if that's something you're interested in, please check out our Eventbrite links there and come join us over the next 3 Tuesdays. The first 2 were really epic and amazing. We had about 12 guys in each, and we're hoping to invite more in the next weeks to come. And last but not least, we're going to be doing a membership survey. We've got a lot of ideas coming down the pike. We've noticed a lot of questions and comments that could be elevated into programmatic endeavors that we want to undertake here at Fathering Together. And as a 501c3 organization, we're seeking out some sponsors to help cover the cost of these events so that the financial issues are not a barrier for engagement. And so we will be posting some survey links to get feedback from you all. What do you like about the group? What do you need from the group that we're not providing? Check those out. Check out the survey. We would love to get that feedback from you so that we can better serve you and present more panels, more workshops, and resources so that all of us can continue to grow on this journey of fatherhood and really make the best of it and use this community as a space to grow together and be stronger as fathers and as men. So that's what I got for you tonight. Double check my notes. Yeah. So many blessings. Glad you're a part of our community. I can't wait to get to know as many of you as I can. Please reach out if you have questions. I'm always available through direct messages. And I'm just the Brian Anderson in the admin slot. So have a great rest of your weekend. If you're over in Australia, good morning to y'all. I hope you have a great week. and I'll see you in the group. Peace.